Today is Wednesday, December 13th, and we're here at the Council on Aging in Acushnet. I need someone to call the meeting to order. Thank you. And a second. Thank you. Okay. And there was no mail this month, so that's good. And you have the minutes in front of you. I know that you didn't really have time to peruse them yet, so I will, at the end of the meeting, ask you for a vote to accept or to reject these minutes or to make changes. Today we have two guests, senior advisors Jody and Jim, and they're going to give a presentation regarding community-based programs. So, is there any other thing I should say about you before you start?
Not a thing.
Not a thing. Okay, who would like to start?
Okay.
All right, you.
I am Jody Tolman. I am the Regional Marketing Consultant with Oasis Senior Advisors. And just a word about my background, I spent 15 years in senior living communities, independent living, assisted living, memory care, working to bring in new residents. So that's this is an industry that I'm very familiar with. A year ago, I started with Oasis to get the word out about the service we provide and to develop business and to nurture referral sources. So folks who need the service that we provide know where to find the service they need. Jim Monty is the owner and advisor. And so I'll hand it off to Jim to talk about our service and what we do.
Yeah, thank you, Jody, and thank you, Linda and board, and certainly all the good folks in Acushnet. So excited to be here and tell you a little bit about what we do. So we provide guidance, service, and assistance to seniors that are looking for options when it comes to independent living, assisted living, or memory care. If they need that, it's free. And we look at, what is your needs, what your budget is, where you want to live, anywhere here locally or anywhere in the United States, and then what your lifestyle's like. And what we do is analyze that data and help you find a home. A lot of people think I can't afford assisted living, it might be just too expensive. But frankly, there's some options out there. There's veterans benefits, aid and attendance that can provide some assistance. There's some low-income options out there that are within the communities, but nobody would know that. You just might qualify if you don't have the proper income to support it. And then there's ways that we can look into seeing, hey, how can we help somebody get support? And sometimes living at home, you might miss the socialization, or you might miss the balanced diet, or maybe a safety concern, and you can't handle the yard anymore. Sometimes there's just factors that impact a senior, and they need options, and that's what we do. So we'll analyze their needs, and then we'll come back, and again, at no cost, and say, here are your options, and then give them some support. If somebody says, I'd love to go look at these communities, can you help me? I'll pick them up. I'll take them over there, and I'll provide the expert advice to say, this is what I like about that community, this is what works, and this is what doesn't. And I'll help them pick the right home. It's like buying your first house, but it's your last one maybe. And you pick that house and you need someone, just like an expert real estate agent. I'm an expert when it comes to assisted living and these independent communities. I know all 35 of them in my territory. Oasis is national, so we have other owners just like me. So if somebody wanted to move to Arizona, or I'll help them there. If somebody wants to come here from Arizona, we'll help them here, but we can guide you all the way through the process. So,
And I would add the process of, first of all, making the decision to move from one's home where they may have lived for 30, 40, 50 years perhaps. It's a very daunting process, especially for a senior, especially for someone who's never been in that arena before and doesn't even know the first question to ask. And it can be a very lengthy process. It can be a very confusing process. And so Oasis is here, and as Jim says, it's a completely free service. No matter how long we may work with the senior, there's never a charge to the senior or their family. And so the service is designed to streamline, shorten, and make the process so much easier, not just with respect to finding what is the best fit, what is the best option for you in terms of budget and geographic location and lifestyle that you're looking for, but also in terms of making the process quicker and helping that senior put all the ducks in the row that are necessary to facilitate the actual move-in. There are so many things that have to happen between the day you're living in your home and decide it's time to move-in day to your new community. There's so many things to happen, and we can facilitate that process as well. So it's a way to shorten, streamline, and make what is a very, very daunting process manageable and so much easier.
There's a lot of stress sometimes. Maybe somebody has a fall and they end up in a hospital and they need some rehab or some support. Maybe a doctor might say, I don't think you are best to live at home alone anymore. And it happens, right? It's age and so it's stressful, it's emotional. We just take that stress out. We got you covered. And let the family focus on the loved one.
Are you involved with St. Luke's, St. Anne's, all these local hospitals?
So I'm actually an ambassador for South Coast Hospital
Okay.
System. Very active. I'm on the board of directors for them, and I do a lot of charity-based work for the hospital system to support the seniors, all the residents, frankly, in the South Coast area.
Okay.
So
Is there, I understand you go to great lengths to make sure someone is placed where they want to be, but is there a trial period in any of these places, or what happens if someone ends up where either they don't like it or the place they're placed at doesn't like that? You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah. So it's under Mass State residency laws. So you have a 30-day out clause. So when you make it, let's say, hey, I'm going to try this. One, you could go in as a respite and say, we're just going to try it. And they have furniture there, so you can go in and say, we're gonna just try it for 30 days and see if mom likes it.
That's good.
But two, let's say we move in, we're gonna go full bore, we're gonna try this, and we get in there and say, you know what, I've been here 60 days, I just don't like it. It's not what I want. Even though it has meals, it has safety, it has activities, it has kind of everything I thought I was looking for, it isn't what I was looking for, you just get 30-day notice, and then you can move.
You'll sign a lease, but a lease is always breakable at any time for any reason, no penalty. But you will give notice depending on the circumstances under which you're moving out. But I will also add something, spending 15 years in communities and seeing folks come in on a respite basis, a trial basis. There are two types of respite. It can be the daughter is the caretaker, she and her husband are going on vacation, they need to take care of their mom while they're away. So that can be a respite for the mom. There's also what is thought of as a trial stay. And sometimes that's productive, and sometimes not so much, because a senior's mindset, a person's mindset, when they're going in on a trial basis is very different than if they've signed a lease and made a commitment.
That's true.
So they may be thinking, I'll stay here for 30 days, but I'm going home when this is over. If they've signed a lease, they have more of a sense of, this is my new home, I'm gonna do my very best to make it work. However, as Jim says, if it doesn't for any reason, there's always an out. It's not ironclad. But respites and trials, under the right circumstances, can be extremely beneficial.
Yeah. The industry's changed a little bit. It used to be 20 years ago, you were at home and your family tried to take care of you if they could, and then if not, you went to a nursing home. The industry actually is built as middle tier now with independent assisted living and or memory care that's dedicated and secure.
Yeah.
And it's a choice, and it's frankly a lot less expensive. For a private pay nursing home could be a lot. It's a lot of money. If you have some money in your bank account, it could be as much as $15,000 to $18,000 a month. It's a lot of money, right? So everyone right now is probably going, oh my God, that's a ton. And it is, until you spend down to below $2,000 and go on Mass Health. And then on Mass Health, the government will help subsidize you into a nursing home. But you can get into an independent or assisted living community for half of that cost and have a nice, beautiful place to live. And again, there are options, a veterans option that you could take advantage of that would get discounts. There's other state subsidized programs for low-income individuals to get in and really get a beautiful apartment and stay and have 3 meals a day, a ton of activities, 8 to 10 per day, somebody checking in on you if you need some help with your activities of daily living, bathing, walking, showering, any of those basic needs. There's an aide that will be there during the day to support you. Not all day, right? They'll come in small sound bites and say, how you doing, Jim? Are you okay today? Can I help you take a shower? They may be there 10, 15 minutes, but then they move on and help another resident. But it's good if you want some security and some socialization and a balanced diet. It really provides a lot of benefits to somebody that might be, they just went through COVID. They might be sitting at home right now alone, and the family's worried about how's mom doing or how he's doing. So it's a free service, and again, we offer all the options. We'll sit back and analyze if you wanted home care, this is what it costs, and this is what you might need. So if you want to stay at home, we'll figure out what we can get for you. If you want to look at assisted living, here's option number 2. And then if you want what level, because there's places that are really super nice and super expensive, and then there's some that kind of work your way down to fit your needs. And each option is something I'll sit down and walk through with you, and then we together and your family will ultimately make the call. It's your decision.
I have a question. I understood way back when, but laws may have changed. Assisted living, once you're out of money, they do not accept Mass Health.
It depends.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they don't. Unless you, if your income level hits a certain barrier, and there's a couple of them, just under 1,400 is one, then you could go on a program called Group Adult Foster Care, if we get you into the right community. Another one is called PACE, which is moving into this area, and at that threshold is 2,500 or less. So let's say you had some money and you spent it all down. If we're in the right community and they have PACE or Group Adult Foster Care program, you would just go under that program. But that's my job, is to make sure I understand, here's your finances, and based on my projections, you're going to run out at this point. Let's talk about this and make sure we pick a place that has that. Otherwise, some people say, I don't want that, I'm going to go live in Taj Mahal, and when I run out, I'll just go to a nursing home. And that's what ends up happening, is when you run out of money, if you don't have the other options, you end up filling out a Mass Health application, and you go into a nursing home and go on Mass Health, where the state will pick up the difference between your income, but you have to be below $2,000 in assets, and that excludes your home. That's excluded from the process.
So your program then is for the elderly in need, not just somebody, say I just wanted to downsize. No.
It does, you do fit the profile, because quite a few of our clients are looking for a place to age in place.
Okay.
So some people are like, I'm living by myself, I just, every day is Groundhog Day, I can't watch another Hallmark movie, what do I do differently, right? So they say, I just went through COVID, I'm so lonely, my kids are out of state or out of the area, I just want to do more.
Okay.
So they'll go into a community and say, independently, get an apartment, and there may be 80 residents in there. Most of them are women, probably 70% are women. You all live longer than we do. But and you'll be in a community, and there's games and activities all day. There's bingo, from bingo to mahjong to, some places have pools, something every day. So people, to you, like you might say, I don't want to deal with the house anymore.
Exactly.
I want to find a place that I can move to, but then as you age in place, you might start needing help, but you're already there.
Okay.
Exactly.
And that
So
way,
You help with that also?
we do help with
Yes.
that. Yep.
And it's important to know, first of all, the industry has changed so dramatically in the past 20, 25, even 30 years. And what used to be thought of as a pretty horrible lifestyle, which was, the only options were nursing homes. And now, senior living, whether it's independent, even assisted living, can be an absolutely spectacular lifestyle, but so many people don't know that. And what happens as we age is that our lives start to contract. First, maybe we're no longer living in our entire home. We're living in 3 rooms. Can't get upstairs, maybe we don't like to get downstairs. Maybe now we're not going out in the bad weather because it's icy, because it's slippery. Maybe now we're not driving at night, so we can't get to our book club. Maybe now we're not driving as far during the day as we used to, so we can't go to that particular shop that we liked so much. So life gets smaller, and our loved ones, our friends pass away. And so there's so many, and all of that is corrosive to the health and well-being and longevity of folks. And so a move to a senior living community can check all of those boxes. I don't need to get out. My book club is here in the building. I don't need to get to the market. 3 meals a day are provided. I don't need to get in the car. The van is going to take me to the Y. So, and I have new friends, I have new acquaintances, and I have people who have my back, who are looking out for me. You have a whole new community. It's a wonderful lifestyle, and part of what we do is to really educate people, to help them understand that what you think of as senior living is no longer the case. And let us show you. You're in fact-finding mode. We're going to help you do the research and help you learn about what your options are. And you'll likely be surprised that there are wonderful options out there. And I would add, we can work with a person who's just thinking ahead. I'd like to learn about what's out there. And so Jim can work with them and show them what the options are. They may not be ready to make a decision. There may be someone who was living alone, went to the hospital, went to rehab, and as Jim said, cannot return home. And so needs to discharge from rehab directly to an assisted living community, and that has to happen quickly. We can facilitate that. So there are a lot of things that we do that are hugely helpful.
Yeah, and you could actually rehab at an assisted living community. Many of them have rehab offices in there, and they'll come in and support you. Many of them have doctors that go to that on a regular basis, or a nurse practitioner. So once a week, there's a nurse practitioner who's popping in and checking in on mom, dad, or aunt or uncle, and they're making sure that they're okay, what's up, and they keep medical eyes on them as well. So there's a lot of services that come into the community, doctors in the local community, and podiatrists, etc., dentists, opticians. I found is a captive market. I can go to one building and serve 40 people and take care of them. So it's really become more inclusive. You have everything there. Now you might say, well, can I leave? Yeah, if you're independent, get in your car and go. If you're assisted, do what you want. Okay, go ahead.
Do you usually involve the family when you're discussing this with the older person? Only because what they assume you're telling them and what you're telling them isn't usually
The same.
So do you usually have family, if they have family, there when you're speaking with that person?
Yeah, it's a family decision.
Okay.
And sometimes the dynamics can get challenging, but family should be involved, and I encourage that. I always ask the seniors if the senior is the one that's talking to me. A lot of times it's not. A lot of times it's the children of the senior saying, we gotta do something. I live 2 hours away, mom's by herself all day. I worry about it all the time. What can I do? And that this is an option to take that stress away. Another option is sometimes it's mom's living with me and I'm becoming her caregiver. The roles have changed. Now I'm not the daughter anymore. I'm telling her what to do. And this helps unravel that so that you can become the daughter again. It has some side benefits that also help everybody. Mom doesn't want to be a burden, and the daughter doesn't want to overstep. So sometimes there's some benefits outside of that assisted living to families that are like not so much. But
When someone is in a hospital or a nursing home or needs to transition to your type of program, sometimes there are people there to help them and to find out about. How does the regular person out in the community find out about you? I mean, I know you have cards, but is there, how would they look for you online, or where
Yes.
How do you advertise?
Well, frankly, a lot of our business is grassroots, right? There's some very large companies that dominate the web. So when they go online and they type in assisted living, they're a national firm that might, you just dial the number and you might get somebody in Minnesota that says, oh yeah, I'll take care of you. I'm local. I know there's 35 communities. I know everyone. I bet everyone. I can tell you that a good one and I can tell you let's not go there. Because there's a lot of change going on, maybe it's not a good place.
We have an outreach worker
You
here,
do?
her name is Jen, she's wonderful.
She is wonderful.
And
We know
so
Jen.
if she knows about this.
She does.
People, we're trying to get people in the community to know that come here to the council,
Yeah.
we have resources.
Yeah,
And Jen could then tell them about this.
I've helped several of the Acushnet residences find the appropriate home for their parents, and it's been wonderful.
Through Jen?
Through
Yes, Jen has has Jim's contact information
Okay.
and mine as well.
Uh-huh.
She knows very well about our service, what we do, how we work, that it's totally free, and she speaks to folks all the time. Another thing we can offer, which we had done quite some time ago, I think it was back in the spring, and we're happy to do again, is a program for your clients to come here. We provide lunch. We know that if you feed them, they will come.
Yes.
I fit into that category.
So I-
And so we do a very comprehensive overview of senior living, what's senior living all about. And we talk about Oasis and how we can help you find the answers that you need in order to make a good decision. So that's something we're happy to repeat. There's no charge for the program.
Yeah, and we really try hard. It's not an advertisement for our services.
Not at all.
So when we do these presentations, sometimes we include other services, elder law attorneys, or real
Yeah.
estate, or other, in-home agencies as part of our presentation, so that they're walking away educated. It's about education, it's not about us, it's just about, here's what's out there, right? Education's power, right? Now I know what to do. I know where to go and how I need to manage myself, and that's critical. And sometimes in times of need, you want to know I have this option.
And what is your background as far as medical? So when you went.
So I've owned this business for 3 years. I don't have a medical background. I did not go to med school.
No, that's not what I meant, but do you have a medical background? In other words, somebody needs something, how did you get to know all this stuff?
I studied it. To be an owner, you have to be a certified senior advisor. You have to go through
Okay.
a complete program to get certified, number one. Number two, I personally went on board to become a certified dementia practitioner and got that accreditation. So if somebody's afflicted with dementia, Alzheimer's, or any of the related diseases tied to dementia, I understand enough to know who has a really good
Yeah.
Lewy body Parkinson's program, who really manages that well, and I'll support the family to find the right places.
Okay.
So it's about, and then I have to maintain that accreditation each year, so that I'm up to speed and qualified.
Okay.
I would like to mention this because a lot of people are in my situation. Like I'm going to be 75 years old, I do live alone, and it's lawn care and snow removal, and I don't feel like cooking anymore, and I don't want to clean either, and I'm at the point, like I have a lot of friends and I can get around and I can go out and a lot of socialization, but I see at night now, I don't see that well at night now, and I'm saying my world is getting exactly what you said, it's getting smaller.
Yeah.
Even though I have 9 brothers and 2 sisters, we won't count that out. But the thing is that I'm already starting to think about, my home is paid for, and do I want to stay there forever? Well, I like my home, and I do want to stay there, but I'm already thinking about downsizing. Well, I don't really need that room anymore. Let's clean this up and get it ready so that when I do sell someday, it will be, so a lot of people are out there in my position, like they're in their 70s, they're healthy, they can get around, they can do things, they can think for themselves, but the future is coming,
And we can help with the thought process. You know, we can sit
Exactly.
down with the person and talk through the options. And so in the 15 years that I worked in senior living, I would have someone, and we'll call her Mary Jones. Mary Jones came in with her adult daughter for a tour of the community. I recommended that they come in and have lunch and that they stay for an activity so they could see the residents and get a feel for the community. I showed her Mary a couple of apartments, furnished, beautiful apartments. At the end of the day, we'd go back into my office and I would say, so Mary, what did you think? I love it. That one-bedroom apartment was beautiful, perfect, really perfect for me. And how did you like lunch? The food was surprisingly good. Did you enjoy the class? Yes, I loved it. Well, what do you think? Would you like to make a decision? Oh no, I'm not ready. And so a lot of people think, I'm not ready, but they don't know what ready means, what ready looks like. And what we counsel people all the time is, the last thing you want to do is wait for a crisis, because then all bets are off. Control is out of your hands. And so, as you suggest, Linda, you want to start to think about this, even if you're not ready to make the move. You want to think about what is ready mean for you, but you want to start to think about it and research and educate yourself so that you can know when is the best time to make a move and what will your finances support and for how long.
And if you came here and offered a program, people out in TV land, out in Acushnet,
They would see
all,
it, yeah.
could come by and see and
Absolutely.
I think you're giving them a lot of good information, and they know that if they forget your names,
Yeah.
or forget what day they saw you on the program,
Yeah.
they can come and see Jen
Exactly.
here at the Council on Aging. She'll have all that information for them.
Exactly right.
So that's what we need to get out to them. John? Yeah.
What's the availability to get into a housing? How long of a wait?
So right now, it's not as bad as someone might think. A lot of people think I can never get in, it's sold out. It's not that case. There's always availability. Memory care is the area that's growing the fastest.
Is it a year?
Excuse me?
The longest wait, is it a year, 6
No,
months,
no,
3
it's-
months? What is the
Typically
time
no
frame?
more than 30 days. And most of the times, you could be immediate. I've never once not been able to help someone. Never once, and I've been doing this for 3 years. So there's always a spot. The people do turnover in that 1, 2, and 3. And some people may say, I don't like those, but that's it. They're the facts. They're the options. This is the best we can do for you. So we do, I'm trying to be very clear and concise and hear your options and then take it from there to make sure that people know their options and that they share them with the family and then they make the best decision.
And do you help them to make decisions like, for example, if someone has annuities and they need to see a lawyer to do either a revocable trust or an irrevocable trust,
Yeah.
and you help them to make the correct decisions or put them with the right lawyer that can help them to do those?
Yeah, that's part of the service, is to be a senior advisor. You're not just finding housing, you're
Right.
looking at the big picture. So if somebody has a no legal, I want to know where are you in regards to your legal position? Do you have all the proper documents in place to protect yourself and protect your family?
Well, a
And
lot
so
of-
I'll connect them.
Yeah, a lot of people my age have worked very hard all my life and then put some money away for my old age.
Yeah.
And, and the thing is, I would hate for it just to go somewhere. I want to leave something to my family, which isn't necessary, but that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I need the right advice, I mean, I have it right now because I have my own lawyer, but, there are people out there who might not have it, and they might say like, well, I worked hard for this house, I don't want to just lose it.
Yeah.
We are not financial advisors, we're not certified financial advisors, we're not elder law attorneys. And so when someone needs that degree of specialty and expertise, we have a network of partners. There's no financial partnership, but folks that we have worked with, that we rely on, that we know are experts and professional, work with integrity, and we can recommend an elder law attorney, a financial planner. so that person can receive the
Integrity,
expert
that's the
advice
key
that
word.
they need.
Yeah.
But we will not provide that level
No.
of advice
So you can point them to the right, into the
Exactly.
right
to
direction.
the right provider.
Yeah, there's a lot of great services out there for free that people don't know, right? They could sit with an attorney that we could recommend them to get some information. Some of those attorneys do that at no cost. Some don't. Some say, well, it's gonna be $400 an hour to come in and check, right? So,
Yeah.
so we'll try to steer them to people we know that like, wow, this person's got a valuable service that might be able to talk to somebody. So we try to connect them to good people and help them.
I think our audience should know what they missed about the financial aspect of this, about how they take care of folks that ultimately they don't make any money from. Am I saying this the right way?
Well,
They take care of everyone regardless of whether they make money or not. And I think
what
that's
I was
important.
saying was that, just to repeat, so that folks out there can hear this little piece.
Okay.
We will work with folks who may not be ready for one reason or another to actually transition into a community.
Transition.
Perhaps someone is in the hospital and discharged to rehab. She should go directly to assisted living, but doesn't want to. She wants to return home. Her daughter will agree with home care in place for 6 weeks to see how she does. We will help that family put home care in place. We'll recommend 3 home care agencies that we have vetted, that we trust, so that they can not have to research 10 home care agencies. They can reach out to these 3 and put care in place quicker. If this person needs grab bars to be safe in her bathroom, we can recommend vendors that can do that service. And we earn no revenue from providing that level of support, but we do that because it's the right thing to do. We want Mary to thrive and be safe at home for as long as possible. We do it because it's the right thing to do, and we do it because it's good business. Because at some point, something will change for Mary, and her family will come back to us because we were helpful.
Because you treated her right, which is a big thing.
That's our mission, is to treat people right, to help in any way we can, at no cost, at any point. And that's what drives us to do what we do. And we can just be tremendously helpful to people who, in many cases, are floundering, is that the right word? Because they are feeling overwhelmed, because they
Overwhelmed.
don't know.
Overwhelmed.
It helps, yes.
So
it helps.
it's, we're proud of what we do, and we're
Yeah,
so
you should be.
happy to have the opportunity to do it.
I'm happy to have you people here and
Well,
to
thank
do
you.
what you're doing.
Absolutely.
It's uplifting to know that there are people out there who want to help.
And thank you, we're so appreciative of this opportunity, because we're so happy to be able to let people know that we're here and how we can help. We so appreciate the opportunity, so thank you very
And
much.
I would like you to come back again.
Sure,
I'm going to talk to Jennifer, but we're going to have a new administrator soon.
yeah,
A new director. But I'd like to talk to Jen about maybe setting something up in the spring.
Yeah.
that would be
People
wonderful.
can, to give you time, to give them time to get ready.
Yep.
And let people really know, like put it in a couple of bulletins so that
Exactly,
they will
so
know.
Yeah.
we will
Yeah.
provide a little blurb about whatever program we're providing for your newsletter, for your website.
Yeah.
We help you publicize it. It can go out to the community as widely as you might like, and we'll be so happy to do that.
Yeah, and Linda, if you have other services you think would be beneficial to your, the residents, or legal services or home care, we could build a panel and we can give a lot of information.
That would be wonderful.
I think
Yeah.
the legal
I
services-
personally just had a friend of mine in this situation,
Yeah.
and I did a lot of research and was able to help her with different things, but this would have benefited
Benefited
her.
Yes.
It
At
just
that
takes all the
time,
stress.
It took her months
It
to,
took her months, and
Exactly.
we had to dig and dig and dig for help for her. And this is a wonderful program, more people need to know.
Yeah, a lot of times I take families into a place and the senior could be in her 80s or 90s and she say, I don't want Italy, my mom.
I love it.
I know, I want you to love the place. place.
Yep.
So I said, we're gonna go look at another one, let's go, hop on my car, let's go, and we see another place. And then they said, I like this one way more than I did the other one.
Yeah.
But it'll do is, a lot of times where people, the elderly, they don't wanna cause any stress. I just don't want any stress.
They're under enough stress.
They're under enough stress, they don't wanna burden anybody, this will do. No way, that's not for my mom.
That's
So, but I appreciate you all giving us an opportunity
Thank
to be
you
here.
very,
Thank
very,
you. Very
it's very
informational.
interesting, and it's just so good to know that you're there. You know,
We're here.
that we have you in
Oh,
the
it's
community.
24/7, anytime, I work 7 days a week, so
Okay.
I take a call from anyone, anytime. I don't like the 3 AM calls, but I do, I don't mind the 7.
Yeah.
So if your people need help, we're here for you. And please go through Jen, because she's amazing.
Yes, she is.
She's wonderful.
She's new to us, and we are so lucky to have her.
Yeah.
And we're lucky that John comes here and films our meetings so that we can have you here, and
Yeah.
Janice has been at a meeting, and we need to let the community know what's going on in this
Absolutely.
area.
Yeah.
I think you said it, knowledge.
Yeah.
The
Absolutely.
knowledge,
Power.
yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
and integrity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay. I don't want to kick you out, but if you would like
Yeah,
to
we don't
stay,
wanna-
you may stay,
I don't wanna,
you may,
we don't wanna,
yeah.
but thank you all for the
Thank
opportunity.
thank you very much.
Very informational.
Wish you all a wonderful holiday season.
Oh,
You too.
Merry Christmas to you.
I know. You know,
Thank you all.
Nice to meet
I'll
you,
leave some of
thank
these
you.
up front for Jen.
Okay, please do.
She's
Yeah, I don't know if Jen is here today.
not 1 to 4, she's here, so she's not here now, but I'll leave some up front. And
Okay, thank you.
You want me to-
And that lets the people in the community know too, that there were pamphlets up front, there
Yeah.
were cards up front. If they don't wanna talk to Jen, they can just stop in and get something.
It's off, right?
Yeah.
There, they can call me,
Fine.
and I'd be happy to. I don't even want to walk in front of your camera.
Thank you, Jen.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you,
Be well.
Jody.
Nice
Thank
meeting
you,
you.
very nice, nice to meet you.
Interesting.
Excellent program,
Yeah.
excellent, excellent, excellent. Good. I don't mind giving someone like that enough time to talk about it. People need to know that the Acushnet Council on Aging has so many resources.
Yeah.
And if we don't know something, Jen will find out for us. Now, if I didn't know anything like this, I would be talking to Jen and she'd tell me about it, you know? But now, I know about it, and people out there know about it because it's on film.
Absolutely.
So, that's another reason why people need to tune into their cable TV and watch our meetings, because we have a lot that's going on here. Okay, so this was Jody and Jim,
Yeah.
and they're part of the Oasis Senior Living. Okay, Oasis Senior Living. Under old business, there is a grant update, vehicle delivery. It says note for Linda, so I'm gonna just kind of look at my notes. Please announce this to the board. I'm gonna go a little bit out of order, okay?
Yeah.
I don't know what this is. Dear Lions, on behalf of the Acushnet Council on Aging Senior Center, I'd like to thank you for your recent donation of $2,000 to help purchase new activity chairs for the building. Generous funds, we were able to purchase 80 chairs. Your contribution provides an important source of support in helping us meet the growing needs of senior individuals in our community and services provided by the Council on Aging, an important resource for low-income residents who might otherwise isolate themselves, but not just low income, anyone. No goods or services were received in return for this gift. So the Lions made that donation, and we invite them to join us for local programming, to look at the cable channel, Fridays, Monday through Friday, 8 to 4 p.m. Or to come in here, I guess it would mean, to follow us on Facebook. And this is to the Acushnet Lions Club. So I will put this in the mail. I will also put a copy of this in the notes for the new director.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent.
At our next meeting, I might as well just tell you that, our town administrator, Jamie Kelly will be here at our next meeting to kind of give us an update on what's going on. Okay, and that's what else
What
we
was
have.
your last name? I'm sorry, Jamie.
Kelly's, yeah, is our town administrator. Okay. Let's see, please announce this to the board. This is to the Acushnet Police Association. Dear members of the Acushnet Police Association, on behalf of the Acushnet Council on Aging and Senior Center, I'd like to thank you for your recent donation to adult incontinence products. This generous gift was distributed to residents who may not otherwise be able to afford. These things are so expensive, the pull-ups and the pads and that,
Absolutely.
very expensive for men and for women. Your contribution provides an important source of support in helping us meet the growing needs of senior individuals in our community. So, no goods or services were received in return for this gift. So the Police Association gave us these products out of the goodness of their heart, just like the Lions Club. Okay, do I have anything else to share with you? Let's see now.
Do you have to, make a motion to accept October 11th meeting?
Yes, we did. Did people get a chance to peruse them when the camera was
Yes.
off?
Yes.
So I would like a motion to accept the minutes. Thank you, Paulette, and a second. Thank you, Dan. Paulette and Dan. And we should let people know who we are, too. So why don't we just into the camera say our names and
Sure.
whatever.
Hi, I'm Deborah Poser. Jerry Holland.
Paulette Hudson.
Linda Gilbo.
Dan Smith.
And today, with excused absences, Jerry Bergeron and Pauline Texera. Excused, they both gave reasons why. Okay. Now, and I do have some notes to share with you people. Mass DOT grant update. The town was required to pay 20% of the purchase price for a new vehicle. The check was mailed Friday, December 8th, by the town administrator, Mr. Kelly, will serve as the point of contact for the new vehicle, which should arrive before the end of the calendar year, hopefully. So we're getting a new vehicle. Now, I guess this is all under old business, okay? That was the vehicle. And the next one under old business was a repair update for the handicap accessible, I said that right? Accessible doors. Let's see. The completion of the handicap accessible doors is on hiatus until funds are received by the state. So we're waiting for funds by the state. Now, under new business, holiday breakfast announcement sponsored by P.J. Keating. Friday, December 22nd, followed by a sing-along. We'll be having a breakfast, a pancake breakfast here.
No, we don't have any times.
I don't know, let's see, it doesn't say, oh, no, I don't have the time either. What happened is, at the beginning of December, people had to register if they lived in Acushnet, and then afterwards, like a week later, other people could. Let me read to you what this says, and then we can find out on the bulletin what the times are. The annual holiday breakfast, sponsored by P.J. Keating on Friday, December 22nd. Acushnet residents may begin visiting December 1st. Non-residents, December 8th. We can only have 75 participants. This event is free, and there's a sing-along afterwards led by Lisa Soares. And are you here too?
I'm not.
Not that day, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a great singer. Okay, and Dan will be around. Okay. And we'll have to find out the time of the breakfast on one of the bulletins. I think it may actually be too late for people to register by the time this is aired. But you people can double check it before you leave. The free holiday concert, December 20th, is sponsored by the Mass Cultural Council. There's a free concert. His name is Sean Fullerton. Wednesday, December 20th at 1 o'clock here at the Senior Center. Sean is a Massachusetts-based solo acoustic electric musician, singer, songwriter, recording engineer, and a producer with 28 years of professional experience. Do you know him?
I don't.
No. He specializes in blues, soul, rock and roll, folk, Irish, instrumental, classic, and guitar, covers and originals, using a variety of guitars, harmonicas, and effects. When I went to EAU, you had a friend who came with her harmonica, and she was excellent, yeah. The concert is free and open to the public. I think they would like you to RSVP, because again, we can only hold so many people in here. So, let me say that again. It's a free concert, Sean Fullerton, Wednesday, December 20th, 1 o'clock, okay, and it's free. And Sean has quite the background, yes?
Yeah, he does.
Quite the background. So I think it will be enjoyed. And I think it's not too late to register for that, you know, on Wednesday, the 20th. And I'm going to share these notes with you people later. Okay. Holiday schedule. I don't know what it is. Let me see if I have it anywhere. I do not have it with me, but I know I have seen it posted somewhere. Maybe on the door,
I think
on the door, in the bulletin. Yeah, I don't have it right here. Oh, I do have the information. All right. Friday, December 22nd, the building closes at 11:30. So that's the Friday before Christmas, closes at 11:30. And of course, on Monday, December 25th, the building is closed. On Friday, the 29th, the building closes at 11:30. And on Monday, January 1st, it's closed. So do not come by at Christmas, do not come by at New Year's. Santa will not be leaving presents here for you to come and get, you know. But certainly, the week before, the week after, stop in and say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. So, all right, and you've got that information. Before I adjourn or say when our next meeting is there anyone who has anything to add? No? Okay. At the next meeting, Jamie Kelly will tell us a little bit about what's going on with the
Yeah.
new director or looking for a new director, okay? So our next meeting is going to be on Wednesday, January 10th, 2024. Wow, huh? The years are passing by, 2024. And I would like to have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Thank you, and a second. Good.